Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Diane Deziel and today I'm going to explain to you the double breast buttoning and I'm going to show you how to make the pattern. Before starting the pattern, we're going to look at an actual garment and I want you to look at a few details. The first thing is if your buttoning is at the apex level or higher, the size of the overlap will never go further than the apex level. The reason is the 3D of the body and you cannot go with your buttoning on the 3D. So it's usually stopping there. But if you do have a buttoning that starts at the waist or lower, just like that, then your overlap could be much wider, even all the way to the side seam. So if you do have a garment with a double breast that you like the overlap, just measure from one button to the other, find the middle, and then measure from the end of your overlap to your pin. So this is going to give you the measurement you need for your pattern. This one is 7.5 centimeter and that's what I'll be using. While we have the garment here, I would like you to look at the inside. So I'm just going to fold at the center front. I want you to see the inside, the facing part, that has to be twice the size of your overlap that you're adding. So you see, this is a minimum. We could go wider, it's even better. The other thing is because of the double breast, that means all this part is double. The inside part that's hanging is much wider than a normal overlap. You have two options, or you do a real buttonhole for the very first one to hold that fabric inside, or you do a double button for the top one, the one we're not using, and the buttonhole is on the under piece. If you notice the rest of the button, in that case all of them, they're just fake, there's no buttonhole. For today's example, I'm going to use my coat block size 10 that I did with you in one of my previous video, and I'm going to add the double breast overlap. So I'm just going to glue my paper to the center front. I just retrace my center front for you to see better, and I'm going to add my overlap that should not be more than the apex level. I usually indicate my apex even if I have no dart, so it's a good reference. That would be the maximum that you could add on the other side of the center front. But for today's example, we're going to do 7.5. So when we do double breast, the first extension or overlap we're doing, it's more a matter of style. It's not according to the button. Now, just to complete the contour of my block, I'm going to continue the bottom line, and I'm going to do the same thing on top, just square with the center front, elongate my neck point. Then the next thing we'll do is tracing the real overlap that we need according to the button. You need to measure the diameter of your button. Some technique even ask you to add the thickness. I usually just put the diameter. And you're going to put that measurement, so my 2.5, inside your overlap style line. I'm going to trace a dotted line at 2.5. Now the next step is going to be to decide how many buttons and where you want them. Just place them to get an idea of the look that you want. Now that we decide what we want and how many buttons we need, we're going to place the first one. If the diameter was 2.5, it's going to be placed for this style at 2.5 from the seam line. And the last one that I found right here. Now you have the first button and the last button. You're going to measure the distance. I got 52 centimeter, and you're going to divide it by how many space you need between buttons. So 1, 2, 3. Divided by 3. Find your measurement and put your distance from the first buttonhole. Now let's see how we're going to measure the buttonhole. You have two measurements that comes from the button, the diameter and the thickness. You're going to place the diameter towards your center front, and you're going to place the thickness towards the overlap, like this. 2.5 on that side, and 3 millimeter on that side. Same thing for all the other buttonholes. Now to get the placement of the second set of button, you're going to fold right on the center front and trace both indication, the line at 2.5 in and the placement of the buttonhole. Now your double breast is finished. I'm just going to add my seam allowance to the contour of the piece and cut the excess of paper. So to complete my pattern, for sure we need to do the facing. So this would be the pattern of my coat itself. Now we're going to trace the facing line, and I'll show you that the second part is going to be the lining. For the facing, the width of my facing, like I said before, you need to at least double the extension you put on your front. In that case, my extension was 7.5, but I'm going to put an extra 9 centimeter inside. Wider is better quality. You could trace the straight line until maybe almost to the bust level. Then we go at the shoulder. A basic facing is usually 5 centimeter at the shoulder, but for this one, it's a coat. I'm going to do a little better quality. I'm going to make it 7 centimeter at the shoulder. You trace the line square for a little while, and then you move your ruler to go reach your straight line that you did from the bottom. The last thing you have to do is to place notches for assembling, because remember, you're going to sew your facing to your lining, that's the side piece. Of course, we'll have to retrace those two pieces, but right now my front pattern becomes my plan. So I'm going to place a notch from the top and a notch from the bottom. The notch you're going to have beside these two are going to be the center front, top and bottom. That's it for today. I hope you enjoy. Make sure you watch my next video. I'm going to show you how to do the most easy pocket in the world. It's the inseam pocket.